Hey guys, Space Jelly here, almost forgot my name. I have another review that's a review sample from Diamond Select Toys. And they sent us this, and I think it might be a previous video. I don't know when they're going to be released in order, but they did send us this Titanium Man too. So yes, of course, very generous of them. Very cool of them to do this. We're very grateful. And I'm excited to get this one open too. So let's look at the box really quick. It has Marvel Select up there, Beta Ray Bill, all that stuff. You can see the artwork. This is artwork that matches the figure pretty nicely. Just a hammer down there. Here's a bigger look at the artwork. So yeah, decent packaging. I like the colors on this one. So let's get it open and see what it comes with. Okay, just got him open. Played around with him for a little bit, and I think this figure is actually very nice. And I think I like figures with this kind of aesthetic. Bigger guys with all kinds of painted details and sculpted details. Ticking all the right boxes. Use that light. Okay, he stands at almost 10 inches to the top of his mohawk. To the top of his head, he's about exactly 8 inches. And in centimeters, he's a little over 24 centimeters to the top of his mohawk. About 20.5 centimeters to the top of his head. So he's pretty tall. He's not the tallest though. We'll do some comparisons. I think he's more wide than he is tall, but he still is pretty tall. This is him next to Titanium Man. As you can see, like the mohawk is tall, but scaling purposes, his head is not as high as his. So, I think this is actually a better type of scale because he's not meant to be like super giant. He's supposed to be like a bigger guy, but not like giant. But these these don't scale well. Obviously, Thanos should probably be taller than him. So I don't know if you can use a Marvel Legends Thanos with this guy. But I think you're getting a whole lot more bang for your buck with figures like this specific figure. So next to a I forgot his name. DC Multiverse. Aquaman. I didn't forget Aquaman. I forgot DC Multiverse. Standard DC Multiverse scale. Here he is next to the DC Multiverse Azrael Batman. Pretty cool. Next to some other Diamond Selects. This one was also given to us by Diamond Select themselves. So we're also very grateful. This is Venom. Pretty tall. And here he is next to this Omni-Man. So yeah, he's pretty big compared to these figures. Alright. So obviously a huge chunk of plastic with a bunch of paint on him and a bunch of details. So let's do some zoom-ins on all the details. His face looks pretty good. I think it would look even better with like a wash in it. Or if he had like a jaw that can close. But it still looks pretty nice. The mohawk has shading in it. And it's this nice saturated red or scarlet. I don't know if it's supposed to be off to the side like that, but whatever. It doesn't really bother me too much. He has that nice paint job all the way throughout. And something I really like that they did, zoom out, he has full shading on his cape. So you can see some darker spots here and there. It's done pretty well. I like it when capes have shading on it. It adds a lot more to the figure, I think. There's also some shading inside there. It's pretty cool. He has gold paneled armor, gigantic gold buttons. Stormbreaker is an accessory. The muscle detailing is pretty nice. You can see that the what's it called? The muscle groups are actually correct on him, so nothing really wrong here. To check and see if the arms are opposite. Nope, they're actually correct. That's good. That's good. This is a sculpted line, painted in a slightly metallic blue. He has some gold on his chest. His belt is pretty decent too. That's a separate painted piece in the middle. Painted all the way in the back too, obviously. Legs are sculpted, painted, panel lines look nice. Boots look pretty good too. So I can't really think of many things that are wrong with this figure. I would like a little bit of like maybe some blue shading highlights on the body, but that's like a maybe. Like if they could do it, but you know, obviously this figure was a lot to produce because it looks so nice and it has a lot of paint on it and it's sculpted very well. So yeah, I would just want a little bit of blue shading there, maybe some shading in the face. But overall, I think it's pretty good. I'll give this like a 9.5 out of 10. Very good aesthetics, and the sculpting is really nice, and the painting is really nice. So, not much to complain about. For his accessories, I already showed. Stormbreaker is an accessory for him. He also comes with this giant swinging effect. It's made of hollow plastic, so it's not too heavy. And you can see it's transparent, and the rope is painted on. You can see the peg where it pegs into the hand. There's a bit of scuffing on mine, like you can see over there, but you can see if it's in light, you don't really see it too much. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard of a fix, but it is a little bit of scuffing right there, just so you know. And it's like an oval shape. I don't know if it's supposed to shrink and grow when you're swinging it around, but I think it'll still get the job done. It's just you might have to put it on an angle, stuff like that. Still a pretty cool accessory though, but that's really it. You don't get much else, but I don't know. Stormbreaker is pretty cool. You can see the painted detail. It's a nice gold color. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. I would have liked more accessories, like maybe some fists or a mouth that was closed. But overall, pretty cool still. So for articulation, I have to talk about these elbows because they're interesting. Let's see. He has, what I'm guessing is a double ball peg in his neck. Well, don't have to guess. Or no, the mohawk came off. Alright. Peg's back on. He has a double ball peg in the head. I don't know if you can get much range out of it because the mohawk is in the way, but you know, it'll work enough for nuanced posing. Zoom in. He has ball hinges on his shoulders, or ball hinges for shoulders. Go up pretty far. Pretty sure you can get it to horizontal if you really tried. The armor is stretchy. Stretches forward pretty good. Goes back pretty well. Okay. Bicep swivels. The elbows are really ratcheted, so okay, let's try this side. Click. Alright. Better than 90, that's pretty good. Wrist rotation, hinge. Let's see what the torso does. Trenches forward, not a lot. Let's see arcing back. Arcing back is okay. Let's see tilting, it's alright. Yeah, I would have liked to see some more crunch forward, but you know, it's alright. I think you can modify it. Waist rotation, legs go forward, okay, but the belt's getting in the way. I'm sure you can move things around, get a little bit more range, yeah. Goes back pretty nicely. Let's see the splits, if I can tuck these underneath. Not bad splits. I'm sure it's just these parts over here that's interfering. Nicely hidden thigh cut. I didn't know that was there, but I assumed it was there, and it is, so that's cool. Thigh cut there. Single jointed knees. I got decent range though. You can see the muscle groups, hamstrings, quads. Yeah, it rotates too. You have a boot swivel at a nice area where it's not too noticeable when you swivel it. Ankles go up and down, something I like that they did. They put these parts on the ankle and not, or on the foot and not on the ankle, so you can actually do that without having to move the foot over these things. It's just part of the foot. So yeah, it's pretty good. Actually pretty decent articulation for a guy this big. I think he's better than the titanium man's articulation, but not by that much. So, get him into a decent pose. Got his mohawk back on. Alright. So yeah, the articulation is pretty decent for a bigger guy. I like the elbows and knees can go to 90. And I like the legs and the ankles. This wrist, however, is not on a correct hinge so that he can hold an item, but I don't know. It is a hammer, so I don't know if it really makes that much of a difference. So yeah, I'd give it like a 8 out of 10 for articulation. Maybe 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, overall, very nice looking figure. Decent articulation, very good aesthetics. I think I don't think there's any beta ray builds that have been released so far that are as good as this one, so yeah, this is probably the best one ever made so far, so I think it's definitely worth the money. Yeah, thanks again to Diamond Select for sending us this figure. We're very grateful. Again, thanks for sending all the other figures too. We're happy to do more reviews in the future if they're so willing to. This is very generous of them. And we thank them a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.